welcome to Polymer Clay TV. I want to show you our new cutters and then a lot of the possibilities that you can come up with them, and really the sky is the limit. We asked the tribe, which is polymerclaytribe.com, which is our Facebook group on obviously Facebook, and we wanted to know what kind of cutters you guys wanted, and a lot of you told us graduated cutters. So that's what we've done here with these arrow cutters, and there's 4 different sizes of them, as you can see. So let me move those out of the way. And so I just decided to come up with a bunch of different ways to use it to show you. This one here, I did a silk screen, which was actually one of the mandala silk screens, and I cut them all out, each one of the 4 sizes, and layered them on top of each other, and basically did the same on the back, and it makes a really, really cute necklace, I think. So that's that one, and that's with silk screen. And then I did the same with texture, but this is flat, so you can see that. And with that, I used our texture stacks. If you haven't seen these yet, these are really cool. There's 6 in a stack, and each one of these is a different design that you can use. This is the Geo, and this one is the Mandala, which is actually almost sold out. We got to order more, but there's 6 in a stack. And I just wanted to tell you one thing about these, actually, because I just found out. See these little like raised parts? That's so the stamp doesn't roll off your desk, which is so clever. I didn't even realize that when we got them. So that's those, and that's what I've done. I just textured all of these, as simple as that, and then cut them all out and layered them on top. Now this one here was one of those long silk screens that we just started making, and I did a long sheet, and then I just cut all out the same size and kind of laid them on. And I thought this could be really cool for like a collar necklace, you know. Obviously I haven't gone anywhere with it. I just was building the base of it so I could show you. But imagine adding like little pearls or crystals and maybe little flowers here and there. Really can come up with some cute ideas. So that's that. And the polymer clay is so flexible. I'm using the Primo brand when I work, so it really holds together well. Here's another one I did, which I just used a stencil, which is the Lotus stencil, and I did it on my thickest setting in the pasta machine, rolled out a sheet, and I added you know, just some powdered pigments on that, and I did a plain sheet on the back, and then stacked one of the smaller ones on top and put some holes. Simple as can be, but really cute and effective. And then of course I made some little guys here, and these can be earrings, and I was thinking, well, you can turn them upside down too. So imagine this with dangles hanging down from it, and you can do graduated sizes, or you can obviously do it the other way, this way, with them hanging this way. So there's really lots of possibilities with these arrows. Yes, it's a simple design, but you can make arrows look really simple and elegant, or you can make them funky, which is kind of like this, which is a lariat necklace I did. And all I did was use some hemp cord, and I made my cookie cutter with the largest cookie cutter, and then I went with the next largest to cut out, or actually I went 3 to the 3rd one to cut out the middle, so that I have an opening to put my cookie cutter, which was this size here, which is the 3rd, the biggest, through my lariat. And I'll have to take a picture of this on a you know, a neck form, because it really does look cute. You slide this through and it hangs like so. Super cute and super easy to make too. Like I said, all I did was tie on some hemp. It wasn't exactly rocket science. So anyways, let's play around with them a little. I just wanted to show you that. I just pre-stamped this. This is the Primo Fuchsia that I'm using here, and I used our feather stamp, and just stamp it onto the clay. And then the thing is, there's a few tricks with using these cutters. I prefer to use it directly on glass. When you use them on something like paper or wax paper, you don't get as good a cut as you can by going directly on glass. And since I can't show you on glass, just bear with me, but I'll show you how I actually get the best design. So first I just give it a nice little push, and then I roll over it with my rod. And you'll see it kind of starts to buckle in the center a little. and then you'll know. But if I was on glass, I would take my cutter and I would go in a circular motion like so, and that'll cut it away. I mean, it did right now, but on glass it does it really well. And then I come back with my finger and I go over the edges, and this saves me from having to clean up stuff later. I mean, you get a really nice cut and you can clean it all in one. And so I wanted to tell you this other tip that I found, because as you get smaller with the cutters, it gets a little harder to get them out. For instance, the smallest of them. And that's with any cutter you use. If they're really small, sometimes it's a little hard to get out. So I've got my rubber tool, and I've got a couple of them. I like that one that's beveled for going in and getting the edges. And then this one here is to kind of poke in the middle. So I start with my, I start with the one with the beveled edges, and I start to push on the outside here. And you're doing it very lightly because you don't want to distort your image. And this really helps to get it out of the cookie cutter without cutting off any pieces or you know, distorting it. And you can come around both sides and, you know, just work it out. So you get a nice clean cut that way. Let me set that down. And then if you do have to go back and clean it up, it's easy enough. You can use a blade. You can use your finger to wipe off any extra, if any's still on there. Let me just fix this. There you go. So that's that. It's pretty easy, but let me show you with the smaller one, because it does get a little tricky with the smaller one. Same thing. This is what I do on the glass surface. Rub it like that, and it really cleans it up nicely. It really does. And then I would use this one that's slanted, angled, and come in here like so until I start to push it out, and then I come from the other side and start to work it out gently, because if you pull it right out, these are so small, you could rip the pieces right off. And this, using the rubber tool really makes a difference, and I found that. And just give it a little flatten out and you've got a really nice cut. So let's I've actually got these here. This is what I did with the Lotus, and I did that foil stenciling technique with it, which is really cool. You can see another video where I did that. Actually, I think this is too, oh, can I get it in here? Yeah, I think I get it right there without going off. And so let's give this a shot. And you know, think about turning it upside down, turning it on its side, you know, just trying all different ways and you know, to see what you like. And so let me talk about this one. This one here would kind of go in the middle. This, if you had it stuck in the middle and you needed to do that, you can even kind of poke it on the sides. But you know, I find this angled one really helpful for this particular cutter. There you go. And so you get the gist. You can really now play around with it. You could even, okay, so let's think about this. So I use this size for this. Now there's one size up in between, which I don't think is going to give me enough room. It would make these sides too thin, so I wouldn't want to go with that. However, I could come back here with the same cookie cutter I just used and cut the middle out, and then inlay a different design. So you see all the possibilities that you can do with these cutters. I mean, obviously you'd be neater about it than I, but you can really get some cool looks just by changing it and cutting it and flipping it and rotating it. You know, I mean, really the sky is the limit. So on some of them I've used, like on this one here, I've used powdered pigments. I used, actually I used pan pastels. Came in with some white pan pastel, and then I highlighted it just by putting a little on my finger. And I found that when I did this, you see how the green is? It's really bright. So if you find that you're working with a pan pastel and it's a little too much for you, you can come back with a lighter color, blow off any extra, and cover it up. See how it dulls it down? So there's no real messes with that. You know, you can kind of fix something if you don't like it. And you know, the pan pastels work really good on raised surfaces. You can use, like I said, foils and pigments, whatever your heart desires, and just play around with it and have fun with it, because really the sky is the limit on this project. with these cutters. I mean, you can do almost anything. Let's see if I have anything else to share. Let's do one more. Let me get this one out here. And we can go from there. There's the little guy. Let's do a little bit bigger. Let's do this, and let's cut out one of the small guys and inlay that. So you can see how that looks. Once again, give it a nice rub. Use your angled rubber tool. It's really warm here today. The clay's a little sticky, but that's okay. Now we're going to go with the little guy in the middle. See if I can get this kind of straight. It's hard from my angle. Again, I do give it a little rub. And then I would just inlay. Let's see, I got this guy I could put in there from before. Could be really cool. He's already baked though, but just to show you. See the looks you can get, and imagine that as a pair of earrings. That would be gorgeous. So really that's it. You know, just play around with the cutters, see what you can come up with. I'd love to see what you do come up with. We would love for you to send us pictures from our app. If you haven't gotten our app, you can get it on iTunes or you can get it on Google Play. It's available for Android or for an iPhone. And on the app, there's a button that says Clay Fee. And if you send us a picture of some of the work you've done, we will consider you for the cover of our digital magazine, which is called Polymer Clay Universe, which is also not just a digital magazine. It's a huge resource for guilds, for supplies, for events that are coming up, all kinds of things in there to learn different techniques and styles and things. It really is a great resource, so you can check that out at polymerclayuniverse.com. And a new issue just came out yesterday, but when you join, you get all the issues that are in the past as well, so you don't miss anything. But definitely check that out and send us a clay fee, and you might get featured on the cover. So thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you have fun playing with these cutters. See you next time.